Okay, moving on to the last subtopic under chapter 2, which is 2.5 population ecology. So under population ecology, actually we have 5 learning outcome. The first one, explain biotic potential and environmental resistance and their effect on population growth. The second learning outcome, explain carrying capacity and its importance. The third one, describe natality and mortality and their effects on the rate of population growth. The fourth one, explain population growth curve, which is exponential growth curve, logistic growth curve. And the last one, explain the limiting factors that will affect the population size, which is density dependent factors and density independent factors. So, actually for the early parts of 2.5 subtopic, for the learning outcome A, B and C, actually we need to explain more on this one in terms of definition and then explanation what it's all about. Okay. And then I will separate the video for each parts. Means that for biotic potential, one video, for environmental resistance, one video, and so on. If not, it will be a long video. And then for the fourth learning outcome, explain population growth curve. Actually, one of the growth curve you already learned during semester 1, chapter 10, which is for semester 1, we call as a sigmoid growth curve, S shape. But for semester 2, we refer the sigmoid growth curve as a logistic growth curve. Actually, it refers to the same curve. Sigmoid growth curve equivalent or equal to logistic growth curve. But we want to focus on one species, which is paramecium species. And then for the second curve, I think this one is new for you, which is exponential growth curve. Exponential growth curve, it is not S shape, it is J shape. Okay. And then we want to focus on human population. And then for the last subtopic, this is very new for you, which is density dependent factors and density independent factors. We will discuss more on later videos. Okay, let's move on. So we look first on other terminologies, outside what we have discussed in the learning outcome. The first one is population. Okay, so population refer to a group of individuals of the same species that live in a habitat and at the same time. So for example, human population that includes students, lecturers, staff and so on that live in matriculation college, for example. Okay, so all the humans in matriculation college is one species, which is Homo sapien. Okay, so banyak-banyak species, banyak-banyak individu which is one species, kita panggil population lah. And then must live in a habitat and at the same time. Okay, if you want to refer to same species which is Homo sapien but live outside matriculation college, there is another population. Okay, but still refer to the same species. But if you want to mix between population of human and population of cats, actually we can't, because population refer to the same species, only one species at the same time. Okay, so population of human differ from population of cats. Okay, the second terms, population ecology. So when you heard about logi, so logi, we quite few actually we talk about logi definition, which refer to study. Okay, so population ecology refer to study of interaction between members of a population and also examine the factors that will affect the population size and composition. Later on we'll discuss more on this one. And the third terms is population growth, which refer to increase in the size of a population over time. or increase or decrease in the number of individual of a population over time. Okay, so to increase or decrease individual or population size, actually it depends on natality, mortality, immigration and emigration. Okay, that's the main factors, but actually there are many other factors that will affect the population growth besides natality, mortality, immigration and emigration. Natality means that birth rate, okay, kadar kelahiran. Mortality means that death rate, kadar kematian. Immigration means that someone from outside immigrate inside Malaysia, for example. Emigrate means that someone from inside Malaysia going out from Malaysia to another country, for example. Okay, let's move on. And then for population growth, it can be positive, negative or zero population growth. So for positive population growth, it refer to increase in population size. Negative population growth refer decrease in population size, and zero population growth refer to no net increase or decrease in population size. Okay, maksudnya tidak ada pertambahan ataupun tidak ada pengurangan lah dalam satu-satu populasi. Okay, so saya dah cakap tadi ada 4 cara macam mana kita nak change population size ataupun population growth ni, which is birth or natality refer pada maksud yang sama, immigration, death or mortality and emigration. So untuk natality and immigration will increase our population size. For mortality and emigration will decrease our population size. Okay, especially if mortality rate or death rate is higher than birth rate. Okay, orang yang mati lebih banyak daripada orang yang lahir, individu yang lahir. So dia akan decrease population size. Okay, okay, besides these 4, actually we have another factors that will affect population growth or population size, which we want to discuss more. The first one is biotic potential, and then environmental resistance and carrying capacity. And the last one baru kita akan describe birth dengan death rate. For immigration and emigration, we don't focus more on in our syllabus. Okay, so these are the 4 factors that affect the population growth. So we can see from the graph. So we have biotic potential. Actually biotic potential, this one, okay, yang vertical ni. And then we have environmental resistance, which is the red color. And then we have carrying capacity, the horizontal line. Okay, so carrying capacity dia punya symbol K. And the last one we have natality and mortality, which doesn't show in the graph, but actually for each parts of the graph there will be differences in natality and mortality. Okay, maybe natality is equal to mortality at some point, but another point maybe natality is greater than mortality and vice versa.